Yeah, fast density-based clustering approach. This was very famous, but it has also limitation. But one thing I missed, let us see today's class, and then after I will discuss how one can find the value of epsilon and minimum. So I can give you idea how to find the value of epsilon and minimum. Obviously, it is not. There is also a power issue here. I don't know how long I can continue. So yes. So what is ideally they suggested that how do you choose the value of epsilon and minimum? So what it is done key for each value, for each point or each object, you find the k nearest neighbor. Okay. Now again question, what is the value of k? So you start the value with k equal to 1, k equal to 2, k equal to 3 and so on. Okay. And you see what is the value of the k dist. What is k dist distance? Means suppose k equal to 5. So what is the distance from the point to the fifth neighbor if k equal to 5? So that is something is defined as the k dist. Okay. You listen first. Okay. Maybe I will give you later 2-3 slides. For each point you find the k dist point. What is k dist? K dist is the distance from the point to the kth neighbor. So if it is the k equal to 2, so you find the distance from the point to the second neighbor. Similarly, you do for the each point and
Sir, you are sharing slide?
yeah.
Sir, you are sharing slide?
No, I am not sharing any slide.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, let me check. Just a minute. If I have a slide, I can show you. So yeah, first let me share with you, and then if you don't understand, then maybe I can show you the slide later on. So what you do it, listen carefully. For each point, for each object, you find the k nearest neighbor distance. What is the k nearest neighbor distance or kth distance? Kth distance is the distance from the point to the kth neighbor. If I say is the k equal to 5, so then you find the distance from the point to the fifth neighbor. So that is something is defined at the kth distance. Is it okay? So once you understood this one, now what you do for each point you find the kth distance and you take the value of k equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay, and you plot and then you assign the you sort the point in its in ascending order. Okay, so let's say k equal to 5. Okay, so what we have to do, you have to find the two variable. One is the what is the minimum points and what is the epsilon. So these two values we need to find. So what you do it, so you set the value k equal to 4. Okay, so for each point you find the kth distance, that means fourth nearest neighbor distance for each point, and you order the point in ascending order. That means the least k nearest neighbor distance will appear first and so on. Okay, and what you do it, you plot it. So you keep the point on the so-called x-axis or horizontal axis, and on the vertical axis or so-called y-axis you keep the distance. Okay, then what happens? So initially that k distance, the first point, it will be very small. Okay, and then it will gradually increase. Okay, so then if you see wherever the jump of distance is, if there is a noisy point, obviously k distance of the noisy point will be much higher than the point which is located in the core of the cluster or core point. Okay, so if there is a huge jump at a particular point, so you consider that jump locations. So if there is a high peak, okay, before the peak, that you consider that distance or that minimum that value of k, you consider the minimum points, and wherever you are seeing the high peak, that consider is the epsilon. Is it okay? Did you get the idea? I repeat it rather. What you do it, for each point you find the kth nearest neighbor distance, and you take the value of k equal to, let's say, 3 or 4. Okay. So, and gradually what you see is, if initially you see there will be a line which is parallel, almost parallel to the x-axis, and then there will be a huge jump of the distance. Okay, because x is nothing but the points you put in ascending order based on the kth nearest neighbor distance. Okay, and then wherever you see the jump, so that point you consider that k is already fixed, that is the minimum points. K is nothing but the minimum points, and wherever you see the jump, so that will give you the epsilon value. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If it's not, then again I will come back. But now I will move to the some other class of Diviscan clustering approach, and then improvement over Diviscan. Okay. So in last class we talked about Diviscan clustering method, right? So Diviscan has many advantages over the traditional clustering approach. As I said, in 1996 this algorithm was introduced, and Diviscan is the well-known density-based clustering algorithm, and probably this is the first density-based clustering approach. So it can find the arbitrary set clusters. Okay, and then we have seen how to find the value of epsilon and minimum point. And while finding the value of the epsilon, we assume that the kth distance within a cluster will remain same. Okay, that was the basic assumption. But problem here we can see here, this is the data set on the left side, you can see on the data set. So in this data set, there are, here you can see some points, you can see some point here, here, and then obviously here, and then there will be a point here. Okay. Now if we apply the Diviscan clustering approach on this data set, okay. So what we can get it, these all points will be considered as a noisy point. You can see the legend you can see. So these are the noisy point here, and we can find 3 clusters from here. Or we can, what we can see is, we can find, say, this is one cluster, this is another cluster, and these 3 clusters will combine one. So always we will get the 3 clusters, and there is no combination of the epsilon and the minimum point that we can get the 5 clusters. So why we are saying 5 clusters? Here actually there are 5 clusters. So this is one cluster, this is one cluster, and here 3 clusters. So total here we have the 5 clusters, but no combination of the epsilon and minimum point. Diviscan can find the all 5 clusters. It always finds the 3 clusters, and always it gives the wrong result. Either it can find 3 clusters, this will be considered as a noisy point, or this point will be considered 2 clusters, and another this will form a single cluster. Why this is happening? Because as you can see from the data set, what is the density of this region, and density of this region, and density of this region. Here density varies heavily with compared to here, that is the third, let's say third region. Density varies heavily with compared to the other, say first and the second region. That means if the data set is having clusters with varying density, then Diviscan cannot work. So therefore, major drawback of the Diviscan is that Diviscan fails to detect clusters of varying densities. So as you see in the last example, so here you have a one cluster here, and then another cluster here, and then within these three clusters also density varies heavily. So in that case, DB-scan cannot work. Now we'll talk a clustering method. We'll talk on clustering approach, which can find the clusters if the clusters density varies heavily. Okay, so that is something called the NBC, neighborhood based clustering approach. So here description of this neighborhood based clustering approach. This clustering approach was introduced, as you see in the PAKDD, is another data mining conference, top tier data mining conference. So this is a description. Neighborhood based clustering approach discovers the cluster based on the neighborhood characteristics of the data. NBC is effective in discovering the cluster of arbitrary shape and the different densities. NBC needs fewer input parameters than the DB-scan. DB-scan, it needs two parameters. One is epsilon, another is minimum point. So for NBC, it needs only one parameter instead of the two. Now we will see how DB-scan works. Okay. So before that, what we show the DB-scan in some scenario how DB-scan works. We will see how NBC work. Okay. Let's say we have an example here. Let's say we have 4 points here. So this is 1 point. Let's say this is 1 1. This is 2 1. So this is 2 2, and say this is 1 2. These are the 4 points, and there is another point inside here. So this is 1.5, 1.5. Now question is, if we apply the DB-scan method in this data set with epsilon is say 0.9, okay, and minimum point, let's say minimum point is 2, and you consider the distance is L2. Okay, so if you apply the DB-scan, how many cluster will get from this data set? So data set is like 1 1, then 2 1, 2 2, 1.5, 1.5, and 1.2. So if you apply the DB-scan with this set of parameter epsilon, minimum, and L2, how many cluster will you get? So this problem we need to solve it. So now this will do, but after doing the NBC approach, we'll first finish the NBC and then we'll solve this problem. Same data set, we apply the NBC and we apply the NBC and we apply the DB-scan. So here is the NBC. The core concept of the NBC is the neighborhood density factor, that is NDF. So in the earlier concept, we have the core point, border point, and the noisy point. So here also we will do the same thing, but in different way. The core concept of the NBC is the neighborhood density factor. So we need to understand the what is neighborhood density factor. So this is, if you understand this one is very clearly, then you can understand rest of the algorithm very easily. So what is that NDC? That is the neighborhood density factor. So it is the ratio of the two parameters. What is the parameter? Number of reverse k nearest neighbor of the point X by the number of k nearest neighbor of the point X. So that is the NDC. So to understand this NDF, what you have to do? You have to understand what is the reverse k nearest neighbor. We know the k nearest neighbor. What is k nearest neighbor? You compute the distance from the point to the all other points, and then you took then you take the k closest point. So that is something called the k nearest neighbor. And the k distance is if there are multiple point at the kth distance, so you have to take the all points. Okay. So now first we understand what is the reverse k nearest neighbor. We know the k nearest neighbor. Now we need to understand what is reverse k nearest neighbor. So reverse k nearest neighbors, let's say reverse KNN of a point x is nothing but the set of points, set of objects which include x as their k nearest neighbor. It is a set of points which include x as one of their k nearest neighbor. X as one of their k nearest neighbor. Is it clear? So we'll see the point, set of points P. So let's say P can be the reverse k nearest neighbor of x if P includes x as its one of the k nearest neighbor. Then we'll say the P is the reverse k nearest neighbor. So one example would be better. Let's say here. So let's say in earlier example. Okay. So you have a point 1 1, then you have a point 2 1, you have a point 2 2, you have a point 1 2, right? And then we have a point 1.5 1.5. Let's say we are considering the L1 distance. Then what will be the distance from here to here? What will be the L1 distance? L1 distance A, B, this is C, this is D, and this is X. Okay. So then what will be the L1 distance between A and X? This will be 1. So distance from A to B with L1 distance 1. Distance C to D, distance of L1, this will be 1. So distance from B to X, what will be the distance? B to X
1. B to
1. Then
1.
X to D, this will be 1. Okay. Now what will be the reverse k nearest neighbor of X? So what will be the reverse k or KNN of X? What you have to check whether X has been included as nearest neighbor of a point. Let's say this point. What will be the nearest neighbor? Let's say k value is 2. So its neighbor, what is the distance from D to X? That is 1. What is the distance from D to A? That is 1. What is the distance from D to C? That is 1. So all distances are same. So therefore, k nearest neighbor, k value is 2. So you have to take the all 3 points, even though k value is 2. Why? Because at the last level, so there was no point before the distance 1 unit. So now you see at the 1 unit you get the all 3 points. So you cannot exclude any one of the points. You have to take the all points, even though k value is 2. So k nearest neighbor of the D, what will be the k D? So KNN of D will be A, C, and X. So KNN of A, what will be the A? KNN of A will be BX D. What will be the KNN of B? It will be A C X. What will be the KNN of C? So it will be B, D and X. You got here? Did you understand? KNN of the each point here. Did you get KNN of each point? Now what is reverse K nearest neighbor? So we need to find the reverse K nearest neighbor of X. What you have to check? You have to check the each point's neighbors. Each point's KNN. So X is appearing here. Yes, X is appearing here. So reverse K nearest neighbor of X will be here A. Now you see X is appearing here. Okay, X is appearing here. Sorry, I know. So this will be D. So because X is appearing nearest neighbor of D, so this is D. Yeah.
Sir, why not the all distance are here same? I mean, K to A to X 1, A to D 1, A to B 1. Then why not be here? KNN D.
KNN of X.
So sir, KNN D is equal to A C X. All distance are same. I mean, D to A is 1, D to C is 1, D to X is 1, D to B is also be in KNN D.
D to B is 1 distance. What is the distance between D to B?
Oh, sorry, sir, 2.
X is appearing K nearest neighbor of A, so this is A. X is appearing as K nearest neighbor of B, so this will be B. And then X is appearing as the K nearest neighbor of C, so reverse K nearest neighbor of X will be A, B, C, D, all 4 points. Now, can you calculate the reverse RKNN of A? So A is appearing in B, so it should be B. Then A is appearing in D, so it should be D. And then we did not compute the X KNN. So KNN, all point you have to compute. Compute the KNN of X. It will be A, B, C, D. So A is appearing here, so this will be X. So what will be the reverse KNN of the point B? B is appearing here, so obviously X will be there, and B is appearing here, so C, and B is appearing A. Got? Let's say you have a point here, far away. Let's say that point is 7, 7. So what will be the reverse KNN? Or first you compute the KNN. What will be the KNN for the point 7, 7? How do you compute KNN? KNN of the far point, let's say A. This is, we say, is A. What will be the KNN? KNN, how do you compute KNN? You have to compute the distance from the point to the all other points, and you have to take the 2 closest points. So then 7, 7. So closest point will be say 2, 5. So this will be 5, 5. So L1 distance we are computing. So it will be 10, and then this will be, what will be the distance from F to B? 11. So 7, 7, 11. What will be the distance from here to here? So this is 1.5 to 5, 5.5 and 5.5. So 11. So then, and then obviously all other points will be far away. So then reverse K nearest neighbor, sorry, K nearest neighbor of the point will be, K value is, we have considered K value is 2. So then closest point from 7, 7 to C, right? So 7, 7 to C. So then first closest neighbor is C. Then second closest neighbor are in the same distance. So then you have to take the both. So then the point will be B and X. So that is the KNN. And what about the reverse KNN? What is the value of K? K value is 2. What will be the reverse KNN of X? So you compute R KNN of X. So now check, not X. So this is the point F. So you have to see f is appearing KNN. KNN f is appearing here. No higher k is appearing. So then this set will be null set. Now we come back to our discussion here. Is it so? So then these should be included. Do you have any doubt? Anyone is having any doubt about reverse KNN? If no, then we can move next.
Sir, KNN of F will contain D also, because distance of F and D is equals to F and X and F and B.
KNN of
F will contain D also.
what is the distance between D and F?
6 plus 5, 11.
6 plus 5. 6 plus 5, 11. Oh, acha. Yeah, it should have been included D also. Because see, F to X is also how, what is the distance? F to F, F to X 5.5 plus 5.5. So that is also 11. So F to B, that is also 11. And F to D, 6 plus 5, 11. Okay, then D also should be included. But A should not be included, right? That is 6 plus 6, that is coming 12. So A won't be included. Okay. But reverse KNN of F is 0. That is no doubt, right? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
6 plus 5, 11. So then these should also be included. So this will be 4. But reverse KNN, that will be no. Okay. Now we'll come discussion here. For the reverse KNN, we are saying the word reverse KNN. So K value is 2. Okay. K value is 2, but before that, what you have to do? You have to compute the KNN of the all points. Then only you can compute the reverse KNN. So therefore, KNN value is, if it is 2 also, but at the last, that is k list. If there are multiple points, you have to include all points. So even k value is 2, so you have to include the all 4 points in the KNN distance. So therefore, whenever you search for the reverse KNN, so you have to search the KNN of the all points. KNN, so what is the k value? K value is 2, but if there are multiple points at the same at the last level, so you have to include the all points. That is done. So whenever compute the reverse KNN, so no need to do anything. Only you have to search the point is appearing in the each individual k nearest neighbor or not. So you are not going to change anything. So because you said k equal to 2, you cannot choose only the 2 points, because already there are 4 points inside the KNN of a particular point. So you have to see all 4 points. So now we understood the NDA. Okay. What is NDA? So now what you have to do for this point, you have to, for the point X, you have to compute the reverse KNN, and then you have to see the number and divided by the number of k nearest neighbor. Most of the cases, value of the number of k nearest neighbor, minimum value will be k. So it can be more than k, but minimum value will be k. So this denominator never will be 0. But what will be the happen for the numerator? So numerator value can be 0. Right? Numerator value can be 0, as for this example of f. F is far away from the other cluster point. In that case, why it is far away? Because it is not the vicinity of a cluster, and therefore that point will be the reverse k nearest neighbor will be 0. So very likely, if the point is outlier noisy point, so NDF value will be close to 0, because this is 0 and this is some values, and then if it is not 0 also, so let's say 1 and this is 5, so it will be very close to 0. But value of the reverse k nearest neighbor can be also more than k. It is not necessary that its value will be
at most k. So it can be more than k. So one famous person, let's say, so everyone wants to be close to him. Okay. So everyone consider he is my friend, but he may not consider others as the friend. So it exactly the same way. So the point which is actually inside the clusters will have the more reverse k nearest neighbor. Many reverse k nearest neighbor. Let's say here in this example, let's say here. Okay. So this is surrounded by the many points here. What is the reverse k nearest neighbor value? So this is reverse k nearest neighbor value is 4. But wherever the other point, reverse k nearest neighbor value is 3. So once we understood this part, so NDF value. Okay. Then next we move to the next part, and that is much easier. So this is one example I am saying. So one example, you can see the NDF value will be 1 and other point is the NDF value 1. But in general, the number of reverse k nearest neighbor can be more than the number of k nearest neighbor. So now what you do it based on the value of the NDF. So we will define three categories of the point. Okay. So if the NDF value is greater than 1, so that point is the core point, and if the NDF value is exactly 1, then we say is the even point. Or in other way around, these 2 point categories is called the cluster point. Because both points is having almost the same importance. And if value is less than 1, we say it is the noisy point. It is a similar style of the DB scan, but only how DB scan compute? DB scan compute the epsilon and minimum points, but NBC compute in terms of the neighborhood relation. Okay. So having defined these 3 categories of the point, now we will define few terms that is exactly the same as the DB scan, but definition has little difference because DB scan everything talk about in terms of the density. Here we will talk about the neighborhood. Okay. So here we go. So this is directly density reachable, but we say is the neighborhood based directly density reachable. Earlier we are talking about directly density reachable, so they introduced the term neighborhood based density reachable. What is that? Let x and y be the 2 points in the data and nn x be the knn of x. The point y is directly density reachable from x if x is a core point or even point and y is the neighbor of the k nearest neighbor. It is very simple. In earlier example, what we got it? Let's say knn of a. Knn of a was, so knn of a was b, d and x. So definition of directly density reachable, from A to all other points are directly density reachable. The points which includes within the knn of a point, so all points are directly density reachable. So in DB scan we are saying within the epsilon, the all point will be directly density reachable. The point is a core point. Here he is saying is all other point will be directly density reachable from a nearest neighbor if the point concerned point is either the core point or even point. That means NDF value is greater than 1 and equal to 1. So that is the directly density reachable. Similarly, we study the density reachable. So here also we have the density reachable. So what is that? The point y is reachable from x if there is a chain of pattern, sequence of point starting from the P1 x to the last point y such that each point is directly density reachable. That means you have a point y and you are trying to find whether the point y is density reachable from x, then there should be a set of points here, and then all subsequent points apart from the last point must have the relationship like directly density reachable. That means all individual point is either core point or even point. In other words, they are cluster point. Similarly, we learned the density connected. So here also we learned that density connected, but in terms of the neighborhood. So 2 points, let's say this is x another point Y with density connected. If there is a point Z from through which there, so Y is density reachable from Z and X is density reachable from X. So from Z. Then we'll say Y and Z are density connected, neighborhood based density connected. And then finally they define the term, that is a set of points is called cluster. If you take any point, say you take a group of points will be the cluster if they are density connected. In the last class also we talked about this kind. So if this you take one point from here, another point from other cluster, so you can say this will form a cluster if they are density connected. Or if you take a point in a cluster and another point from the other data set, so other points from the data set, not the same cluster, and if they are density connected, then obviously they will form a cluster in the similar line of Debye-Scan. Only what is the difference? Difference is the how they categorize the points. In earlier we have considered, or Debye-Scan considered epsilon and minimum point. So here they are considering only the neighborhood information. So now how density neighborhood will work, NBC will work. So calculate NDF of the all pattern of the data set. Now if X is in the data set, let's say X be a point, X is a cluster point or the event point, core point or event point, then we explore its neighbor in the recursive manner and mark the point as seen, and it will form a cluster. In the similar style in the Debye-Scan, only the 4 points definition has been changed here. At any stage, if any neighbor is not a core point or event point, so no need to explore the point, but include the point into the cluster. That means earlier we are talking about the temporarily marked as a noisy point. Similar way, you mark the point because that is a border point actually. Okay, you mark the point and but don't explore it further. And if it is not a core point, this C means cluster point, then mark X as a scene and temporarily mark as a noisy point. So this is the border point. This is confirmed border point because you traverse and you reach at a point. Here you understood here this is a core point, and obviously it is going to be the border point. But in this case, what happened? You started with some border point, so you are not sure that there will be any core point or not. So that is why you temporarily mark as a noisy point and repeat this all process. Now if we apply the MVC, so this will be the result. So this will form a one cluster, this will form one cluster, and there will be 3 clusters, and these points are the noisy point. Now solve the earlier problem. The data set D, we have the data set 1 1, then 1 2, 2 2, 2 1, right? And 1.5, 1.5 with k equal to 2. That's all. For the NBC, we apply NBC. And let's say for simple calculation, you can take, let's say you take the L2. You apply NBC and Debye-Scan. So Debye-Scan is epsilon is 0.9 and minimum point is 2. How many clusters will be formed if you apply Debye-Scan or if you apply NBC? So how to solve this problem? If you apply the Debye-Scan, so what is the first step? So you take the first point, that is 0.11. Okay, let me write it here. So this is the 0.11. This is the 0.21. This is the 0.22. This is the 0.12, and this is the 1.5, 1.5. But you cannot always plot the data on 2D. So if you have a multi-dimensional point, so this is, let's say this is not there. Then you have the point here 1 1. So then ideally what you do, you find what are the point within the epsilon, whether you have to test whether the point is a core point or not, right? So you compute the distance from 1, 1 to 1, 2 and all other points. So what will be the, how many points will be there within the epsilon of the point? Let's say this is, I said A, this is A, or let's say this is x1, x1, x2, x3, this is x4 and this is x5. So what is the epsilon of x1? What are the points? You compute distance from x1 to x2. So what will be the distance? That is 1. Right. So what is the value of epsilon? It is 0.9. So you cannot include the point x2. Then you distance compute from x1 to x3. That is also 1. So it won't be included. Then x1 to x4, that is the same. And the distance from x1 to x5. What will be the distance? Distance from x1 to x5. What will be the distance? Distance not 1. I am not taking the L1. It is L2 distance. Distance from x1 to x5. Square root of 0.5 root 2. So what will be the value of this one? 0.07. So obviously that is not going to be 9, right? Because this one is 9. So x1 will be null. Epsilon of x1 will be null. So then x1 is the noisy point. Right? X1 will be a noisy point. So, and you cannot explode because it is a noisy point. If it is a core point, then only you can explode. So you cannot explode. So this point is marked as a temporarily noisy point. Then you go to the x2. So what will be the epsilon of x2? Again, you have to compute the distance. So what will be the distance from x2 to the all other points? x2 is where? 1, 2. So here to the all other points. So no point is having distance within the 0.9. What is the, that is one mistake I did here, right? You are also listening. What is the distance from x1 to x5? 0.5. So, this will be 0.70. So then 0.70 then means this point will come, x2 will come. Sorry, what is that point? x5. So x5 will be included. But k value is, sorry, minimum point is 2. So this point will be the noisy point. So you cannot explode. So this point will be treated as a noisy point. Next we go to x2. What will be the distance of x2? x2 is 1, 2. x2 is 1, 2. And you compute the distance of the all other points. All other point distance will be 1 except the point x5. So that distance is also 0.70. Right? So then this is lesser than 9. So x2 also include the point x5. Then epsilon of this is also will be the noisy point. Then you go to the point x3. What will happen x3? It is the same. x5 will be the only the point within the epsilon. So this will be the noisy point. Then you go to the point x4. x4 is what? x4 is 2, 1. So it will have the same fate. Only the distance with x5 will be 0.7. So it is lesser than epsilon. So then this will be x5. So all point is having, all point except the x5 is having only 1 point within the neighbors. So therefore these all points will be the noisy point, temporarily noisy point. Now you go to the point x5. Okay, so you compute the distance from x5 to the x1. What is the distance? 0.7. So it is lesser than 1. So therefore within the epsilon of x5, which point will come? x1 will come, and then x2 also will come. x2 will come, then x3 will come, and x4 will come. So what is the minimum point? Minimum point is 2. So therefore this x5 is a core point. Right? x5 is a core point. And This is the core point and its neighbors. What will be the neighbors of what will be within the epsilon neighbors? So that is x1, x2, x3 and x4. So but these all points are already seen, but it was a temporarily noisy point. Now you mark this point is actually the part of the cluster. So then it will form a single cluster by the DB scan. Now you apply NBC with parameter k equal to 2. So what you have to find? First, the first point is x1. You have to compute NDF of x1. NDF of x1. To find the NDF of x1, you have to find the reverse k nearest neighbor of x1. And to find the reverse k nearest neighbor of x1, you have to find the KNN of the all points. So KNN of the all points is k equal to 2. So KNN of the point, let's say this point, KNN of the point x2. So let's say KNN of point x1, starting with x1. What will be the point of x1? So k equal to 2. So closest 2 points. So x5 will be the closest point and second closest point will be 1, 1 and 2, 2. So therefore k nearest neighbor have 3 points. What are those 3 points? x5, 2, 2, 1, 1. 2, 2, 1, 1 is x3. 2, 2 and 1, 1 is itself, right? So then only we are finding the point from x1 is 1, 1, right? 1, 1 is where? 1, 1 is here. So its nearest neighbor will be 2, 1. 2, 1 is x4, x5 and x1, right? x2. So it will be x4, x5, x2, x4. So similarly, all point you have to compute. x5 is your, this is x5, and then 2, 1, 2, 1 is x4, and then 1, 2, 1, 2 is x2. Oh, that is right. So KNN of x1 you got it. Similarly, you find the KNN of x2. KNN of x2, 1, 2, 1, 2 is here. So this will be 2, 2 and 1, 1, and so this will be x5. 2, 2 is x3. So x5, x3 and x1. And then KNN of x3 is 2, 2. 2, 2 will be, so 1, 2. 1, 2 is which point? x2, x5 and x4. So x2, x5 and x4. Then KNN of x4. KNN of x4. x4 is which point? 2, 1. 2, 1 is, so it will be 1, 1. 1, 1 is x1, x5, 2, 2, x3. And KNN of x5 is all 5 points. So KNN of x5 is x1, x2, x3 and x4. Now you compute the NDF of x1. NDF of x1 is x1 appearing where? x1 is appearing here. Next x1 is appearing here. And then x1 is appearing here. Right? So this reverse can, so this is 3, so this will be 1, right? So then NDF value is 1 means this is a core point. No, this is a point. You can start with exploring the point. So this is a first cluster point, and then you can explore the all its neighbor. So KNN of x1 you got it. Now you compute x5. Now you compute x2 and x4. Once you compute the x5, all point will be covered. So it will form a single cluster. But you just see the how the DB scan works. DB scan initially started with this point is a noisy point. and then finally it merged it. But here we initially got the point is as a cluster point. But some point may be noisy point. So let's say there are another point, there was another point. So x f point f. So what will be the reverse chain here is the NDF value. NDF of f, this will be 0. NDF of n will be 0. So you cannot explore. So this will be considered as a noisy point, temporarily noisy point. Okay. So I stop here.
So you have any doubt? Or you have already time is 3 minutes left. Do you have any doubt?
So, sir, in DB scan, noisy point can't be classified in any of the cluster, but in NBC clustering, noisy point can be clustered in some of the clusters.
Noisy point can be part of any one of
Any
the
of the
clusters.
clusters in NBC.
NDF value is less than 1, right?
Yeah, but it may be part of any of the even points or core points, so it can come in cluster.
Okay, yeah, it can be, but if you see in why this algorithm is much better than the others. So if the point is isolated, quite isolated region, okay, then obviously it cannot be part of cluster. RDF value will be 0. Sorry, RDF value will be 0. Neighborhood
Yes.
density factor, NDF value will be 0. But if it noisy point, if it is, let's say, if it is less than 1, but less than 1 means, okay, in that case it is possible that that will be the part of the cluster. See,
Yeah.
when you conclude after full iteration, only you consider that these points are the what is called noisy point, and rest of the points are the cluster point. So initial classifications is okay, you can consider for NBC is like a temporary. Okay, so based on that you define the cluster point and other points, and then at the when you internally what is called is full data set you explore, then you come to a conclusion that these are the points of the noisy point. Okay, is it
Yes.
okay, Rajesh? Yeah.
Yes.
So-
Because actually in NBC we are calculating the k value of every points at the starting only, and but in that DB scan we are not calculating that in the beginning. So
But you can do also on fly also you can compute. Okay, but again you have to do on fly computation. Computation will be high.
yeah, actually in DB scan classify that is a noise by categorizing it like the points in the epsilon region, so we can directly discard them that they won't be classified in any of the clusters. But here
Noisy point. You cannot actually discard, because if you discard, then again if you while computing the what is called is core point, so that cardinality will change. If you point any one of the points from the beginning itself, then it may affect the cardinality of other points, the point which can be the border point, or yeah, which can be the border point also. Or maybe we can,
in DB
yeah,
scan,
in DB scan, what you want you go for computing core point, even point, noisy point, and you want to discard the all noisy point from the beginning.
Yeah. Won't that work? Maybe
For
it
instance,
might be computationally less beneficial.
okay, I need to explore that one. It's a good question, but instant answer, it may affect the overall results. That is my instant answer, but I need to explore it. Okay, but it is a really good observation. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Sudhanshu.
It is possible. What he said, it is possible.